This is a calm Italian bedtime story. Let your eyes close and simply listen. The chair is not centered behind the desk. It never is. It sits a few centimeters to the left, angled just enough to suggest that someone stood up recently, but not in a hurry. The light above the Portineria desk is on, not bright, not dim. Exactly enough to read without thinking about reading. The rest of the hallway belongs to shadow. The floor reflects the light unevenly. Old marble, worn smooth in places where shoes have passed for decades. Duller near the edges, softer in the middle. The glass window, separating the Portineria from the building entrance, is clean, but not polished. It holds fingerprints that no one bothers to remove. They are part of the building's language. A ledger rests open on the desk. Not today's page, yesterday's. The pen lies across it, not placed, just left. In Italian buildings, things are left when they are finished. The radiator nearby clicks once, then again. Not a malfunction. Just a reminder that heat moves when it wants to. The small calendar pinned to the wall still shows the current month. One corner curls slightly. You smooth it down with your thumb, but it rises again, almost immediately. You let it be. Keys hang on their board behind the desk. Heavy ones, old ones, each labeled by handwriting that has faded differently. Some keys are missing. They will return. A bell sits on the desk, not decorative, functional. Its metal surface is dulled by time and use. You tap it once with your finger, not to ring it, just to feel the resistance. It answers with a soft, restrained sound. Enough. The door to the street is closed. The glass shows reflections more than reality now. Streetlights smear into warm lines. Movement outside has slowed to almost nothing. A scooter passes somewhere beyond the frame. You hear it, then you don't. On the shelf behind the desk, a small plant leans toward the light. Its leaves are dusty. You turn the pot slightly so another side can see the bulb. This is not care, it is habit. A folded newspaper rests on the lower shelf. Not tonight's, an earlier edition. You lift it, straighten the fold, place it back. Tomorrow will decide what to read. The intercom panel hums faintly. Not active, waiting. You press one button by accident while adjusting your weight. Nothing happens. You leave your hand there for a moment longer than needed. The building does not respond to impatience. Near the entrance, a mat lies crooked. You nudge it with your foot, not aligning it perfectly, just acknowledging it. A clipboard hangs on a hook beside the door. Maintenance notes, a plumber's name, A date circled twice. You do not read further. The Portineria clock ticks differently than the one in the apartments above. Slower, heavier. Time in shared spaces behaves differently. You sit in the chair. It creaks once, then settles. The desk edge presses lightly against your forearm. From here, the building feels awake, but resting. Pipes murmur. Floors shift quietly. A door closes somewhere above. Not slammed, guided. You picture no one, just movement. The glass door catches your reflection faintly, not sharp enough to recognize yourself, just enough to confirm presence. You stand again. The drawer beneath the desk is slightly open. Inside, spare bulbs, a roll of tape, an envelope with coins tied by a rubber band. You push the drawer closed with your knee. It slides smoothly. It knows the motion. The smell in the Portineria is specific. Paper, stone, a trace of cleaning product from earlier in the day. You open the small window behind the desk, just a crack, not to change the air, to let it know it can move. Outside, the courtyard is dark. A single upper window glows faintly. Someone is still awake. You close the window halfway. Italian nights prefer moderation. A jacket hangs on the back of the chair. Not yours, left for tomorrow. You touch the fabric once, then step away. The bell on the desk catches light again. You rotate it slightly so the flat side faces forward. Everything now faces the same direction. The Portineria feels complete. You turn off one light near the wall. Leave the main one on. This building does not like total darkness. The entrance door remains locked, but not sealed. If someone needed to enter, the building would know. You sit once more, not waiting. Just present. The sounds continue without you managing them. Radiator, clock, distant traffic dissolving. At some point, without noticing when, your breathing matches the building's pace. The Portineria does not sleep. It watches without watching. When you stand to leave, nothing needs adjustment. Nothing asks to be corrected. You step away, leaving the chair as it was. The ledger open, the pen resting. The light stays on. Behind the glass, the Portineria remains, holding keys, time, and quiet, ready for whoever passes through next, without needing to announce itself. The chair is still slightly off-center, not enough to look wrong, enough to look human. The desk lamp hums faintly, a sound so low it feels more like pressure than noise. Its light does not spread. It settles. The hallway beyond the glass is empty, but not abandoned. It holds warmth in pockets. left behind by people who passed earlier and did not rush. The marble floor carries marks that no one remembers making. Thin scratches, a dull spot near the wall where umbrellas rest longer on rainy days, a brighter line where the door opens and closes thousands of times a year. You step closer to the glass and notice a smudge at shoulder height. Someone leaned there once, maybe many times. You do not wipe it. Italian buildings keep evidence of leaning. Behind the desk, the small drawer beneath the telephone is unlocked. Inside, a folded paper towel, a spare pen, a coin tray with mixed change that never quite returns to zero. You lift the tray, feel its weight, then put it back without counting. The telephone itself is quiet, not unplugged, waiting. The receiver rests crooked, not perfectly aligned. You straighten it. It slides back almost immediately into its familiar angle. You let it win. The radiator exhales again, longer this time. Heat moves through metal slowly, like a thought that refuses to hurry. On the wall beside the door, a framed notice lists building rules, printed years ago, corners yellowed, the font outdated. No one reads it anymore, but it remains. A small broom leans behind the desk, bristles flattened on one side. You turn it so the pressure shifts. This is not cleaning. This is continuity. The intercom panel lights briefly, then goes dark again. Someone pressed a button by mistake in another apartment, or a finger rested too long. The building acknowledged it without comment. You sit again. The chair accepts you differently now, knowing your weight. The desk holds the shape of your forearms. From this position, the glass door shows the street only in fragments, a reflection of the lamp, a ghost of the hallway behind you, a slice of pavement outside that no longer belongs to the day. A plastic tray near the entrance holds mail for tomorrow. Envelopes stacked unevenly, one folded slightly where it was bent in a bag. You straighten only that one. In Italian buildings, mail is treated with patience, not urgency. A calendar page flutters slightly when air moves. You press it flat again, this time sliding a finger under the edge so it stays. It stays. A coat hook near the door holds nothing now. Earlier, it held a scarf. Someone took it with a quiet tug, careful not to disturb the metal. The echo of that movement remains. The light above the entrance flickers once, then steadies. You reach up and tighten the bulb a quarter turn. Not because it was loose, because this is what you do when lights flicker. It does not flicker again. On the desk, the ledger shows names written in different inks. Blue, black, one faded almost to gray. You trace the indentation of a signature with your finger. The paper remembers more than the pen. A small plastic cup near the ledger holds 2 paper clips and a wooden match. Only one match remains. You turn it so the burnt end faces down. From above, footsteps pass, then stop. Someone pauses on a landing, then continues. You do not look up. The sound is enough. The building breathes in layers. Near the corner of the Portineria, a low cabinet holds cleaning supplies. The door is slightly ajar. Inside, bottles arranged by habit, not logic. You push the door closed until it clicks. It opens again, just a finger's width. You leave it. The glass door fogs faintly, where warm air meets cooler street air. You draw a small arc in the condensation without thinking. It fades slowly. Outside, a car passes without stopping. Headlights slide across the glass, then vanish. The Portineria does not react. A stool near the wall holds a folded newspaper from yesterday evening. You lift it, refold it differently, then place it back. Not improvement, just change. The bell on the desk rings softly as your sleeve brushes it. Not enough to summon anyone. Enough to confirm sound still exists. You do not apologize. The clock ticks again. This time, you notice it. Tick. Pause. Tick. Not even. Italian clocks do not pretend to be precise. A plant leaf has dropped a small amount of dust onto the desk. You brush it aside with the back of your hand. It leaves a clean streak that quickly blends back into the surface. Nothing remains sharp for long here. You stand and stretch once, arms overhead, slow. The building does not mind movement, only haste. You walk to the entrance door and place your palm against it. The wood is cool, solid. Beyond it, the street continues without needing you. You turn back, scanning the room without intention. Everything is where it should be, because it has not been forced. You lower one shutter halfway, leaving the other open. Balance. The Portineria feels complete again. You sit one last time, not because you are tired, but because standing would interrupt something that has settled. The building continues to sort itself. Pipes contract, lights hold, air moves, nothing arrives, nothing leaves. When you finally rise, there is no sense of ending, only transition. The chair remains off-center. The ledger stays open. The lamp stays on. You step away, and the Portineria resumes its role without noticing the difference. It will be here before morning. It was here before night. It does not wait. It simply remains. More Italian bedtime stories coming very soon. If you enjoyed this moment of calm, subscribe and like the video for more gentle storytelling.